The overall collective message, this is a collective message. Okay. All right. So we have trust in the unknown here from this deck. I hardly ever use this deck, you guys. But this is about, I don't even feel like I'm gonna just be channeling y'all. I ain't gonna even use the book. Okay. So this message here is telling me that we are all in a space of the unknown, right? You've been working really hard at something. You've been putting in the work, putting in that time, that dedication, saying, you know what, this year, I'm not going to give up on me. This year, I'm not going to give up on my dreams. This year, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go hard. This year, I'm not going to make the same mistakes I made last year in regards to whatever area of your life, okay? And we have the 4 here, so it could be 4th house area, okay? First house, number 1, we could have first house, which is about the self, right? And so there is an area of your life that you have been working really hard at, and you're in a space of the unknown. You're in the in-between. You can't go back to where you used to be because that place no longer serves you, right? For some of you guys, that place is fear. For some of you guys, that's a past relationship. For some of you, that's a past job. For some of you, that's an old thought process. That's limiting belief systems. That's self-sabotage. It's fear. You can't go back there, right? You know damn well there's nothing there that serves you anymore, right? And then the future is abundant. The future is unknown, uncertain, unclear. And all you have to focus on right now is the present moment. And sometimes as human beings, because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, we're here to experience this human body. Sometimes we get so caught up in either focusing too much on our past, being in victimhood, being in regret, being in guilt, being in sadness, or we are so excited to just dream about our future, what our future could be like, that there are rarely times to where we are comfortable being in the present moment, because the present moment is scary. Because if you look at where you're at now, you can't see how your bank account is going to grow. If you look at where you are now, you can't see how that divine partnership is going to come into your life. If you look at where you are now, you don't understand how your business is going to be prosperous. You looking at where you are now, you can't understand how you're ever going to finish school. Hell, if you look at where you are now, you don't even see how you're going to finish that book that's been sitting on your nightstand. If you look at where you are now, you can't see how you're going to lose 30 pounds. Right? So even though the present moment is uncertain, even though the present moment is uncomfortable, we are right where we need to be. You are right where you need to be in the present moment, because this is an opportunity for us to trust in the universe, for us to trust in God, for us to trust in God's promises. This is an opportunity for you to really step out on faith, because it's scary. Okay, it's scary. Nobody said it was easy. Now we're gonna go ahead and read whatever this says in the book for this card, but that's what I was channeling. So let's just go ahead and see whatever it says. Okay, it says, message: trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that He is lovingly leading you forward. Okay, it says you are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what's going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you are being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there is a greater power that is not only around you, but within you. And Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on the card. This card also can appear when there are opportunities to improve the father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he is on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. Wow. So another thing that I was hearing as I was reading this message as well is, speaking of opportunities, this is an opportunity for us to develop a deeper relationship with spirit. Okay, you've been moving from miracle to blessing, that You said that you didn't have time to focus on your spiritual journey, okay? And I'm not trying to call you out, all right? But you said you didn't have time to focus on your spiritual journey, and now you have free time. What are you doing? You're strolling on TikTok. You're getting anxious about what the future holds. Now you have an opportunity to read that book. Now you have an opportunity to study something different. Now you have the opportunity to create that altar. Now you have the opportunity to start going back to church, maybe reading your Bible, start praying more. Whatever it is your faith consists of. You now have the opportunity and the freedom at this time to draw closer to God, to become more aligned with the Creator, okay? As the creative, this is your responsibility. I don't want to say obligation, but this is your deepest desire as the creative to draw closer to the Creator so that you guys can co-create a life of meaning and happiness for you. Does that make sense? Pull the oracle card, see what we got. So we have health and well-being. It says balance. People who overly take care of their health are like mincers. They hoard up a treasure which they never enjoy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, this is speaking specifically to your health, okay? But for me, this is about spiritual health. That's what I'm picking up on, okay? That's what I'm picking up on. And this could also relate to health, physical health as well. Take it how it may be, okay? Then we have harmony. It says a man is not rightly conditioned until he is happy, healthy, and prosperous, and a prosperous being. And happiness, health, and prosperity are the result of a harmonious adjustment of the inner with the outer, of the man with his surroundings. James Allen. Okay, so balance, harmony, these words are kind of interchangeable, if you will, okay? And then we have respect and responsibility, okay? And it says if you don't treat yourself with love and respect, other people won't either. Learn to love yourself, warts and all, and everyone else will do the same. So for some of you guys, maybe you don't feel like you have respect in your personal life. Maybe people don't respect your time. Maybe people don't respect your boundaries. Maybe people don't even respect your faith, what it is that you believe in. But for somebody here, if you don't even show that you care about your faith, if you don't show that you are, I don't know, just for example, you guys meditating. I'm going to give you guys an example. And I hate using my personal life because I don't ever want you guys to think that I'm a narcissist and I don't like talking about myself. But for you guys who don't know, I grew up Jehovah's Witness, okay? I grew up with my grandmother and I grew up Jehovah's Witness, okay? And my grandmother never really pushed, being a Jehovah's Witness on us, if you will. Maybe like my peers that grew up in like Christianity, and going to, church and stuff like that. She didn't really push it on us, okay? But what she did do was she showed an example to where you would walk in the living room in the morning and you would see her reading her Bible. Sometimes I don't really even think that she was reading the Bible. Like no cap. Sometimes I don't really even think she was reading the Bible. She would just be sitting there with the book just to show an example to us of what spirituality is supposed to look like. Even if she didn't feel like reading that day, let's say she was tired as hell, or I don't know, whatever. She still sat there in that living room every fucking day with that book held up to her face. And I swear to you guys, sometimes I don't even think that she was reading, but it was the example that she was trying to set for us. Right? And so for a lot of you, the reason why people don't respect your process, the reason why people don't respect your diet, the reason why people don't respect your physical journey, the reason why people don't respect your spiritual journey, the reason why people don't respect your boundaries, the reason why people don't respect your peace, the reason why people don't respect your time is because you don't either. Let's be real about it. You don't either. So if you don't respect yourself, if you don't practice self-love, if you don't practice discipline, if you are not responsible for your own happiness, why should I? Why should I respect your bedtime? Why should I respect that you're not drinking anymore? Why should I respect you're not smoking anymore? Why should I respect that you're not eating sweets? Why should I respect that you're trying to save money? Okay? Underneath the deck, you guys, look what we have. We have Sage, and it says, be devoted and committed. Be devoted and committed to your spiritual journey. Be devoted and committed to your wellness routine. Be devoted and committed to whatever it is you're focusing on right now. You need to be devoted and committed to it. I don't care if you're just trying to find peace. I don't care if you're just trying to save $1 or $2. Be devoted and committed to it. And I feel like for a lot of you, the reason why you can't see the future, the reason why, and let me tell you guys something. Everybody reads, tarot, and they do divination their own way. But I'm going to tell you right now, divination is not traditionally meant to use to read your future. A lot of you guys book readings, with me, with other spiritualists, and you're like, okay, tell me about my future. That is not what the readings are for. Sometimes things about your future may come up, but ultimately you are co-creating your future with every single choice and decision you make in real time. And that's why a tarot reading or oracle message or any divination is not set in stone. So someone could see for you that you're going to come into a lot of abundance. But if you don't take proper action, if you don't have devotion and commitment, if you don't make the proper steps towards that, you're not going to have it. And then you're saying, well, somebody told me that I was going to be a millionaire. They told me that my business was going to do good. They told me that my divine partnership was going to come in. They told me that this and this was going to happen. Why hasn't it happened yet? Oh, that's fake. Because you are co-creating with the universe to create that reality. These messages, these readings are about the right here and the right now, where you are right here and right now. And you have to ask yourself, does what this reading says match up with what I need to be doing in my day-to-day life to manifest the life that I desire? And I hate to be sounding all snappy. But I get passionate, okay? So that's why the collective energy may have felt really weird this week, you guys, because we're having to be responsible for the life that we are creating. And maybe it may feel like God has been silent. Maybe it may feel like you're having to rely on your intuition a bit more, Maybe it just may feel like you're having to trust the process. And I'm not saying that trusting the process isn't scary. It's scary as fuck. It's so scary. It is so scary to trust the process, you guys. That is so fucking terrifying. But I want you to know, you guys, that you literally came here to experience all of these human emotions. And speaking of astrology, which we're going to be learning astrology, you guys, here, we're going to be switching up some things. We're going to be, y'all see, okay, we going big. Okay, we doing it big. Okay. But anyway, your sun sign is a representation. The sun and the sun placement shows where you decided to shine your light into the world, into this life, into this incarnation. You said, I want to shine my light in this way. I want to shine my light in this way. That's what you decided. And oftentimes I noticed that wherever the sun placement is, that's the area of our life, either where we really thrive in that area, or it just feels like it's just a total shit show, So like if you have your sun in the sixth house, you may find that it's really hard for you to keep a schedule and routine, and you're feeling like you're always sick and you can never stay focused on one thing, or you don't have any balance or stability in your life. If your sun is in the 7th house, you may feel like you don't have friends. You can't manage relationships properly. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something the 7th house deals with, In the 8th house, you may find that if your sun is in the 8th house, you may find it really hard to let go. To just let go. Like, why can't I just let go of shit? I just get overly emotional and I just can't let go. I just can't transform. That's the lesson here. But it's also where you're meant to shine your light. You to know there's so many signs in the universe. There's so many signs through your life path number, through the meaning of your name, okay, through the numerology of your name, your birth chart. There's so many different things, you guys. Human design, y'all. There's so many different things that are here to help us, in a sense, to remind us of who we are, why we're here. And somebody said their sun is in the ninth house. So your sun being in the ninth house, you may either be really optimistic and really positive to where you feel like you're delusional half of the time, or you may struggle with being depressed. You may struggle with being negative Nancy. You may struggle with yourself, you identifying with the energy of happiness, of joy. You may feel like you always wanted to be negative Nancy. You never see good things happening for you. So, it kind of depends, you can be in one or other of those energies, or both, right? Or both. It's like 1 minute you're like, let's fucking do it. The next minute, like, what the fuck are we doing? We are stupid. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is crazy, But that's a part of you shining your light, because guess what? The light, the sun energy, it's seen, it's solar, it's bam. You can't miss the sun, right? So whether you are in the higher octave energy of you being happy and optimistic, of you having this infectious enthusiasm, or if you're in your lower octave or your lower vibrational energy to where you're like, Eeyore, it's where you're just like, oh, life, like, what's this? Like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling good today. Like, nothing good ever happens for me. Either way, people are watching, okay? And you are setting an example. So even though sometimes you may feel like you're being negative Nancy, people see how quick you can switch and turn to optimistic, happy, fun going, excited, and that motivates people. That is how you inspire people. Because you know how to pull yourself up out of some dark shit.